I'd like to tell you about an event that happened. True story. A picture of our flag waving proudly above the Al-Aqsa Mosque was circulated around the Arab world. It spread very quickly overnight. The next morning, prayers at the Al-Aqsa Mosque ended with a call to all Muslims to fight the Jews to the last drop of blood. Riots began, first in Jerusalem and then in other cities, including Jaffa, Haifa, and Akko. Riots, fires, looting, and murder. Now I'd like to reveal two things to you. Number one, the photo was not real. Number two, none of this happened in the riots of May 2021. This story happened in 1929. Nearly 100 years passed between the deadly riots of 1929 and the Arab riots of 2021. 339 Jews were wounded and 133 Jews were slaughtered by the Arabs' neighbors. The similarity between these two events is striking. In 2021, Hamas declared themselves as defenders of Al-Aqsa against the so-called Jewish plot to take over the mountain. The terrorist organizations in Gaza started firing rockets, and terrorists in Judea and Samaria began to riot. Harsh rioting by the Arabs of East Jerusalem and attacks by Israeli Arab citizens throughout the state of Israel, and particularly in Yafo, in Akko, and in Lod, made the situation uncontrollable. These riots exploited a big security vulnerability in Israel. Our enemies know about this problem, and Israelis know about this problem too. But until recently, nothing has been done to fix it. At the age of 18, Israelis have mandatory national service. We send our sons and daughters to the army. They are stationed on military bases throughout the country, but while they leave Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Haifa, who remains behind to protect their hometown? The scary answer is no one. Or more precisely, not enough people. As a result, Israeli cities remain vulnerable, and events like the riots of 2021 can occur. But this is not the first time we experience this type of terror. It happened in 1948 also. Have you heard of the Home Guard? Hagmar in Hebrew? Home Guard was a military concept developed in the wake of the War of Independence. In the Home Guard, residents of the various towns assisted the regular security forces to hold back the enemy. And you know what? It worked. Nonetheless, over the years, the Home Guard ceased to exist. This is what was missing in 2021. This is exactly what the National Guard solution offers. Armed and trained forces located within the cities and towns to provide immediate response to the various dangers, including violent riots. In the wake of the 2021 riots, the government adopted the idea of establishing a National Guard, which was a much-needed step in returning security to Israel's most vulnerable towns. The government gave the mandate to the border police to establish the National Guard. And the border police turned to the IDSF, to us, requesting our assistance in recruiting the initial volunteers. The truth is, we did not expect such a high level of response. 1,500 volunteers within a few days. If IDSF had not been founded 3 years ago, and if IDSF had not rapidly grown to the large network that we are today, there would have been no NGO in Israel to actualize the government's plan for a National Guard and make the recruitment process a reality. The State of Israel needs to remember that notwithstanding its continual sincere efforts at peace, it remains face to face with 100 continuous years of war. We, in the IDSF, tens of thousands of officers and soldiers who have been in combat on Israel's borders, will continue to assist all elements who seek us out in order to help establish the National Guard and whatever else is necessary to keep our state safe and secure, because we have no other land.